Hey, spiritual superstars. Let me try to get this light out of your eyes. I think I did it. All right, I think I did it. Okay. How are you? So, we want to talk about low vibration, high vibration, and when you are manifesting based on any of those frequencies. And I saw this topic and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so important because I have tried to manifest on in low level energy. It took forever, and what I manifested was not exactly what I intended to. And so if you have found yourself kind of stuck or kind of in this zone of why do I keep manifesting what I don't want, then this is going to be the video for you. And if you're just trying to figure out manifestation, we're going to discuss a few other things in the video. We won't stay long, but we definitely want to start off with the difference between low vibrational energy and higher vibrational energy. So type in your 1111s. Let's get it started. Type in your 4 1s, the opening of the spirit realm. Take a beautiful deep breath in and raise your vibration. Deep, deep, deep. Challenging your human to kiss your higher self, to just breathe in deeply and focus on your breath. And let it out. Let's do it again. Very important. Really inhale the breath of life. I mean, really fill your lungs up with this beautiful, sweet essence. Exhale completely, completely, completely. Just uncurl, open up your human on the exhale. What you want to do when you're breathing in and when you're exhaling is really focus on you. Focus on what you're doing for your human. It is a gift, the gift of breath, of life. It is the number one, only true gift, life. And so when you really focus on that, when I say take a beautiful deep breath in and raise your vibration, you literally are focusing on, I am so blessed. I am a gift. I am here to bless others. I am here to live on purpose. No matter what, even if you don't know what that is, even when you go through the tests and difficulties, breathe in that which you are manifesting before you're able to touch it, before you're really living it in this fourth dimension. Exhale the confusion, the stressors, the difficulty, the obstacles, the sadness, the pain. Exhale all that out. All right, the anger, the confusion, all of it. Let's do it again. You ready? Here we go. Ready? Inhale deeply. Challenge your human. Come on, Lisa Marie. Challenge, challenge, challenge. Deep, 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 deep. Kissing your higher self. Connecting with the divine. And exhale. You see how beautiful that feels? So, when you are kissing your higher self, you are vibrating on the highest frequency that you can ascend to in that moment. And why is that so important? It's because you are the soul within your human. And first, you deserve the best of everything. But sometimes when we're in these circumstances of life, when we're trying to find a job, when we're at a job where we feel like that's somebody else's job because we don't want that job, when we are trying to transition from a career or from an industry or from a job to your purpose. When we are trying to embark on business, maybe you've opened your own business and you are struggling with it, and maybe you are just in that beginning stages of buying inventory and creating and really feeling the juices of your creative expression flowing in your beautiful works of art. Maybe you've just started to read for people. Maybe you've just started to kind of coach and you're kind of stepping into the professional realm of it. Whatever your energy is right now, your current circumstances, maybe you are wondering, how am I going to pay my bills? You know, I've got a baby due, or we've got children or a baby due, or you just had a loss in the family. Whatever your situation is, when you're breathing in deeply, you're separating yourself from the third dimension. The third dimension is where low vibrational energy exists. The third and below. Okay, so when we talk about the third dimension, science has proven that the third dimension is this physical plane, okay, that they call life. I vibrate in the fourth dimension. Why? And I believe you do too, because you're awake. Anyone that has experienced or is experiencing spiritual awakening, you are awake. You are awakened to dimensions that exist above the third dimension that science has established as this physical plane. You are aware that the fourth dimension is now your comfort zone. The third dimension is beneath you. What happens in the third dimension? Well, when your human is stressed out, your human is stressing out from the stressors of the third dimension. When your human is upset, sad, feeling any energy less than that moment that you've taken that beautiful deep breath in, you've kissed your higher self, you've raised your vibration, and you're focusing on you, that's the third dimension. That's where low level vibes exist. So all the drama, the stress, the strife, the obstacles, the trials, the difficulties, the sadness, the pain, the prognosis, the diagnosis, the losses, the layoffs, all of it, the breakdowns of the car, transportation difficulties, financial, responsibilities, all of it in the third dimension. So you got to know how to separate yourself from that frequency and those vibes that exist, because they're always going to be around your human. But dear, you are the soul within your human. So know that, especially when you're manifesting, you have to vibrate in the fourth dimension and above. And you can very easily jump into that dimension by just taking a beautiful deep breath in and exhale. How do you know it happens? Your feet uncurl. Your toes just kind of widen. Your body relaxes. It's because your human understands that, whoo, I got help. I don't have to be in control in this moment. I don't have to know all the answers right now. I don't have to think about a thing outside of myself right now. This feels pretty good. This feels great. It is an instant escape. So when you're manifesting on that energy of the traffic jam, waking up late, how are you going to get the kids clothes? How are you going to afford Thanksgiving dinner when you got laid off in May because of COVID-19? How are you going to afford to pay for Christmas right now? How are you going to get anything? How are you getting out of this funk that you feel? How are you going to get past this sadness that you feel? This nervousness, the anxiety, all of it. That's the difference between the low vibration and the high vibration. So when you are manifesting and you're focused on all of the stressors of the day, of the life, the day in, the day out, it then becomes saturated with desperation because you're so focused on what you're feeling in that current moment of your circumstances that it's like, I will do anything to just get out of these circumstances. I will do anything to get out of this energy, get away from this feeling. Okay. And so the first thing you want to do is take that beautiful deep breath in, escape just for a second, let it out. You've already kissed your higher self. You are now able to pull from dimensions where your manifested outcome already exists. So then it's less stress. You know that it exists. There's no need to worry about it. You know it's coming. And in that instant, what you've just told the universe is gratitude for being exactly where you are at the time you're there. Gratitude. How often do you say, or do you hear people say, be grateful? You hear me say that all the time. Be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. And you're like, what? How can I be grateful for this? In that moment, you showed gratitude. You were very grateful. Hit the thumbs up button if that makes sense. Comment if that makes sense so I can make sure, because there's a thin line there and it's very difficult. You know, there was a time that I was distraught. Didn't have any kids, had my niece. I was facing eviction. I felt like I let her down. I felt like I let my brother down. I felt like I just let my family down, let myself down for sure. And I was doing horrible money management. I was making enough money to pay my bills and to invest money in. Way enough money, more than enough money. And I was spending it. Boom. Fast as I got it, I was spending it on nonsense. Just dumb stuff that I wouldn't have had anything to show for the next day. Okay? But when I looked at that notice on the door, the first thing that came to me, and now mind you, my apartment was kind of off to the back. So only my neighbor, whom I loved, who used to come over on the weekends, we'd have breakfast, all of that. So I wasn't ashamed of him seeing it. He's the only one that could have saw it. And when I saw that notice on the door, though, immediately I felt embarrassment, shame. Who saw it? Oh my gosh, who saw it? I was more concerned about what people thought of me than what do I do? How do I look at this? How does spirit want me to look at it? Right? And so that was low vibrational energy. So what did I say? Oh Lord, please. I don't know what I got to do to get out of this. Oh my gosh, how do I get the money? Do I borrow the money? What do I do? Oh my gosh, what do I need to do? I'm thinking of all kinds of stuff that I can do, right? Then none of those things were panning out. None of those things were of high vibe. None of those things were anything that spirit wanted me to get involved in. Once I sat down, cried my eyes to puffy, okay, to puffiness, I submitted without even realizing it. I had just cried myself to pure submission because I exhausted every idea that I could come up with. And so what happened really is that I exhausted myself out of low vibrational energy to high vibrational energy. And the bridge was vulnerability and submission to, Lord, please, I don't know what else to do. Thy will be done. That's all I did. Literally, boom. I literally exhausted my human to tears, to complete, I don't know what else to do, to please help me do it your way. I don't know what to do. So I know that I can't ask for my way to be done. Thy will be done. Please show me, because I have no clue. Do you know what Spirit told me? You deserve better. And I'm like, now mind you, I told you I made enough money to afford that apartment. What was going on there? I was literally manifesting a better apartment, but I did it on low vibes. So I ended up having to pay the fees, the court fees and everything, and hurry up and get people to move me. But don't you know, I qualified for a much better apartment. Nothing that hit the courts or hit my credit or anything like that by the time I moved. I told the leasing office, you know what, do what you have to do. How long does it take for you to get a court order to try to get me out of here? All of this was coming like boom, boom, boom. There's no one else that told me to say any of that except for our Creator. But it was only because I had shifted and went straight into high vibes. I had literally went straight up, kissed my higher self, was connecting with the divine to listen to what Spirit was telling me to say and do, and I was acting on it. Okay? So one of the girls got real funky with me. I'll never forget that. And she was like, well, are you going to pay it? Well, you're just going to have to be out. I said, I'm asking you, how much time do I have? She didn't want to tell me. So, okay, you don't want to tell me? It's all right. I heard hang up. I hung up the phone. I said, okay, thank you. Hung up the phone. I looked at the clock one day. Spirit said, call the leasing office. I called. One of the girls who really favored my niece, she answered. Oh, Miss Livingston, I'm sorry to hear that. I understand that you got eviction notice. I said, how long does it take? Does the sheriff come? What's the process? She said, well, normally, just went into explaining the whole thing. She was like, but actually, we don't submit it until such and such, so it ends up being like 90 days. But within that time, you might have to owe more money. So what she told me was my plan, was the timing that I needed, was everything. And all I did was listen to Spirit, right? So I was in my higher self listening to Spirit. And let me tell you, if you're in your low vibes, I would have been drinking, I would have been smoking, I would have been trying to party the rest of the money. I would have been doing anything else except for what I needed to be doing. So when I tell you I manifested a much better apartment in a great suburb in Atlanta, closer to my job, it was amazing. The neighborhood was nice. The neighbors were awesome. The apartment was newer. It was peaceful. Everything. It would have went all the way left had I stayed in my low vibes. What happens in low vibrational energy? So when you look at the difference real quick, low vibe, high vibe, low vibe, stress, drama, gossip, backbiting, promiscuity, cheating, okay, unfaithfulness, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, just abuse overall, neglect of your kids, just not money, poor money management, being a horrible employee, just all those kinds of things, low self-esteem, lack of self-confidence, right? Jealousy, envy, all these things are low vibrational energy, all of it. So here's another thing. When you're trying to manifest something and you got family or you got friends that are calling you and saying, hey, let me tell you what happened. And you can sense that it's bad energy. You can sense that it's going to be gossipy. It's going to be something low that you don't need to be a part of. Well, let me call you back. That's all you got to say. That's all you got to say. Oh, you know what? Let me call you back. That let me call you back can be 2 years from now if you need it to be. You're not lying. You're preserving yourself, you're protecting yourself, and you're saving yourself from having to answer to anybody that you don't owe an explanation to. That's called being unapologetic for protecting your own energy. Because you have to be like this. When you're manifesting, that low level energy is going to come to you so fast, boom, because it's attracted to your light. Right, frequency? Look at frequency putting in there 777. I know that's right. Make sure you put in your 111s, everybody, as you come in. Hey, beautiful creator 8. How you doing, sunshine? With the stars and a beautiful smile. So you gotta know the difference, right? So if you know someone is filled with drama, you know, you could live with that person. Could be a roommate, could be a family member. You could be that person. If you constantly, let me tell you, I've messaged somebody, and I've done this to people before. I got a whole boatload of venting and all of that coming at me. I was like, woo, I can't even read that message. It was so filled with just victim. It was so sad energy. I just couldn't even deal with it at that moment. So what did I do? I put it as unread. Can't even deal with this. And the person left like 7 text messages back to, or, and you know, whatever, Facebook messages back to back to back to back of all the same very low, heavy energy. I just can't deal with it, so you don't have to. So do you know what I mean? Hey, Jennifer Wilson, how have you been? It's good to see you. All right, thank you so much for typing in your 4 1s. You got your 3 7s in there too. Awesome, awesome. So, high vibrational energy. Thank you so much. I'm glad to know you're doing good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How are you today? High vibrational energy. I have no idea. I can help you find out. You know what? I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Give me a minute to find out. There's so many different ways that you can have high vibrational energy, but what it goes down to is vulnerability and your willingness to submit and move forward in faith. Who are you submitting to? Our Creator. When we submit, we are just saying, you know what, all of that low vibrational energy, I need it off of me. I don't have time for it. I can't be bothered with it. It's got to be off my shoulders. Let me just brush it all the way off because I can't and I don't want to. And Spirit just says, brush it off, honey. Brush it on off. Comes in with the divine broom, brushes it right off of you. Okay? While you're open to letting it happen. And then something magical happens. Your whole area becomes infused with this high vibrational frequency. Okay? Like does attract like. But just remember that them low vibes see you shining so bright, they can see you miles away. So they're going to be attracted to your light because they're very curious. That energy is very curious. Have you ever, now please comment on this because I know I can't be the only one. When you have been so into yourself, you're manifesting stuff, you're doing your shadow work, you're working on you. You just, you know what? I need something else in my life. I'm on my mission, or I just need a activity, a hobby. It's just got to be about me. I need to fill myself up. Whatever it is, where you've decided, I need some isolation. Anybody that is low vibrational energy, gossipy, backbiting, you know, low vibes, just messy, or just negative, just always complaining, just angry for no reason kind of person. Don't they find out you are in isolation mode and come seeking you out? How many times does that happen? Where they actually call you, hey, what you been up to? I haven't seen or heard from you. What you up to? Can't even help it. They cannot help it. Okay? How many times does that happen? So just know that those low vibes are gonna come seeking you out. But if you are manifesting something, you've got to say, mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't want it. I can't be around it. No way, no how. And when you're on high vibes, you're okay with saying that. You're okay with just unapologetically, I'm focused on what I do want. I'm not focused on what I don't want. That's a huge deal right there. So let's say you want to relocate back to Atlanta, okay? And your husband is like, we just gotta wait. Let's just let the kids graduate. Let's just, you know, just hold on. And you're like, I'm ready to go now. They can go to school there. We're gonna be online anyway. COVID-19, you know. And he's just like, we just gotta wait. And you're like, you know what? Okay, I understand. But inside of you, your whole desire is Atlanta. And so that's where your vibe is at. And that's where your vision is at. And so your energy is going to actually bring that desire to you because that's what you're focused on. And before you know it, your whole vibe is positive, it's healthy, it's upbeat. You already are in Atlanta. Your husband's going to catch that energy and be like, whoo, you know, what got into you? You know, you feeling good and you know, just something in you. You just seem so vibrant. And you're just like, I just can't wait to leave. I look so forward to it. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited about it. Now, you done totally turned him all the way around to saying, well, you know what? I think maybe we should leave a little sooner. You're right. They're going to be online anyway in school. There's no reason we can't look into it. Maybe we should look into it this week. And you've already looked into it. Okay, you got a whole notebook on them transferring. You got dates, the whole 9 yards. So all you need to say is, okay, I think you're right. You know, you already got the whole journal of we're moving in 3 months, you know, and you just need to share it when you need to share it, but you've already manifested it. So I hope that that makes sense. What's one thing that's very practical that I have manifested um, on low vibrational? Oh my gosh, I could tell you low vibrational energy was the apartment that I was coming into when we did relocate to Atlanta. Low vibrational energy. I was so ready to get out of the situation that I was in. I was like, I'm ready to just take whatever I can get energy. Horrible energy. Horrible. It was so low. It was so desperate. It was so settling. When I tell you they showed me what that meant, the type of apartment and what it looked like and all of that, I was like, this is not me at all. There's no way I wouldn't even want to come home. No, no, no. So I had to check myself and say, you know what, Nikki, first of all, wait a minute. If this is where you're going, you're going. There's no reason for you to settle. If it's not divinely timed, it's not going to happen. And it's definitely not happening on your plan. So all my planning was careful planning, journal entries, all of that stuff, writing everything down, phone numbers, everything. Low vibes because I was so wanting to get out of the current situation that I was in. Once I said, okay, let me step back, divine source, thank you for showing me that is not the way to go. I do not want that. Please show me how to get that which I see in my mind's eye. So I had to start focusing on exactly what I wanted. the qualities that I wanted. I started seeing them in my dreams. I started seeing doves and squirrels and owls and little animals that look like baby owls on the ground. And I could see like in a little nook, and I could feed them. And I was seeing wood and a wooden porch and trees, but not saturated. And so I was seeing visions like that and everything else. Well, uh, out front, I think the little baby squirrel, the baby owls that I saw in my vision were the baby kittens because they were of the same color and pattern. And so mama left her kittens for us to take care of for a couple of days. The doves come, the last time I counted, there was like 19. Um, the squirrels, we feed them, we feed the birds. There's a tree right out front. It's kind of like a little nook that I feed them in. And so, Spirit was telling me through confirmation. So when you are manifesting and you're on that high vibe, you'll be able to see the fruition of what you're manifesting come through. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that that's making sense. So hang on to that high vibrational energy because it's easy to slip back and forth. It's really easy to go back and forth. Frequency says synchronicity multiple times a day, 777-555-999. So, every step you take, frequency, you're cutting off the past to establish this new beginning, new chapter of life, major chapter of life, major change. But you're blessed. You are so blessed to go in this new path. It's scary. Please stay around high vibe people and be of service to humanity. Be the voice for people that can't speak up for themselves. Really look into being of service. Focus on being a service leader, a leader that just really provides that I'm just going to give. I'm going to give because the money's going to come. Just give of your heart and soul, and it's going to come back to you. Who else is receiving frequencies? Write down your numbers that you're receiving. I feel like somebody is seeing 919, and that's a big release from the past. That cycle of life is closing more and more and more. And so don't keep trying to open it back up because Spirit has you going into this beautiful new direction, new beginning. It's scary, but it's not so scary. I feel like you already know that you're kind of diving into this new chapter. So, see, 18, 19, it's 10. Yeah, and you know that you can always count on God. God is showing up in different ways. So just know that overall, this is a huge new step forward. It's huge. It's big. And you are definitely capable. You are ready. No, stop trying to be perfect. Spirit doesn't want you to be that way. And Spirit does not want you to play it small. So no trying to hide behind doing it the way you used to do it. Now, Spirit's asking you to really step up and step into this new this stage. It's a whole world stage for you. So you can't be in the background anymore. Spirit wants you, the curtains coming up, you're not in the stage crew anymore. You are out on the stage. You are the starring lead now, okay? Whoever that was for. So frequency says I have close to 200 pictures of 777 license plate that have crossed my path. I document my journey. So, okay, great. That's awesome. Very, very good. It's trippy at times how detailed the divine is. Absolutely. So as you're documenting your journey, make sure that you're moving forward. Don't just move laterally. Move up and move forward. That's a big, big deal. Okay, spiritual superstars, when spirit is reaching out to you, okay, God talks to us in omens, signs, synchronicities, people, our kids, photo, license plates, any numbers we see, of course, it is a symbol. And words through lyrics, commercials, everything. You overhear conversation, what they're saying, they are not focused on you, but what they said has everything to do with you. It's your message, but it's coded. And so what they're saying, they're being used by the divine because divine source uh, asked you to be right there and you were obedient enough to listen, even if you're going to get a drink of water and you're overhearing someone's conversation and you don't mean to be, but they say something that, whoa, wait a minute, that's the answer to my prayers. So just know that when things start happening like that, you know that you are being directed to take this step over here, take that step over here, pause. Now go. Take that direction. Go over here. Go under here. Climb up here. Now go back. You're going to have very specific steps just like that. So frequency, yes, it gets very trippy. Um, and it's very easy for us to just move. I can move forward. I can walk back and forth, right? We can burn a hole in the carpet, but we ain't going anywhere. So make sure that you are going somewhere when spirit is sending you those spiritual messages, okay? All right, dear loves, I pray that that makes sense to you. Remember, there is a huge difference between low vibrational energy, high vibrational energy. You can manifest more money. Low vibrational energy, I want to hit the lottery. High vibrational energy, I want an inheritance for my children. Low vibrational energy, I I want to get married. High vibrational energy, I want to marry the love of my life, and I want us to be in a healthy, loving relationship for all of eternity. Low vibrational energy, I want to have kids. Am I going to have kids? High vibrational energy, I was born a mother because I have eggs inside of me. I am manifesting my healthy, beautiful 5 children that I'm going to raise with my husband. There's a big difference in the energy that you put out there. So focus on that which you want to manifest and acknowledge the energy that comes in that tries to hijack your carefully laid out plans and your thought process, but don't feed it. You feed exactly what you want to manifest. All right. What's going on, Starseed Outpost? It's good to see you. Mwah. Thank you so much for tuning in. Is there anything that I can do for you before I leave? I will ask and then exit in about 5 minutes, everybody. So if you have a question, I will grab the first couple of questions that I see. You're so welcome. Thank you so much. All right, so we got Third Eye Queen. Says, I've been seeing 111 all over the place. After cleaning my home, there were ladybugs that covered my house that same day. Is this a good sign? It is a sign of fortune. So Third Eye Queen, make sure that you are seeing what Spirit is showing you through your third eye, all right, your spiritual sight. But also, as you're cleaning and you see these signs and you're doing whatever you're doing, notice your thoughts. When you're seeing 3 ones, that is Spirit telling you, listen, you are moments away from that which you are manifesting. You have to be all in. So think positive, Say no to any negativity. I mean, block it. Block it unapologetically. When you are vibing right, when everything is good, you are going to see those 3 ones and you focus on, yes, I'm enjoying my life. I feel wonderful. I went out today to drop off some things at UPS. The system came on. This was one of my favorite songs. What is it? Now I can't think of it, right? System was a 1980s band that was just everything, okay? It was the groove, something like that. I'm gonna let y'all hear it right now. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how it was. And there's a reason, there's a serious reason. I'm gonna enact how you are gonna act when you see 111. Okay, so let me see if I could get that for you. Okay, let's see. And because I want to hear I want to hear it. Okay, let's see. The system. It was groove. Oh, was it Don't Disturb the Groove? No, it was the other one. I'm getting it, spiritual superstars. Put in your questions. Put in your questions. Okay, here it is. You are in my system. All right, so Third Eye Queen, this is how I was. And I saw 111 as soon as I opened my car door, left out of that place. Ah, come on, internet. We gotta feel it. You want me to dance? I wanna dance. So I'm like this inside of UPS. And I got my little buds in. I mean, I'm just going, right? So I had to take one of my buds out. And they were like, what are you listening to? We all in there jamming. We just going off. So I marched to the car like this. Right? I turn around. I mean, I'm doing it all. Right? Third Eye Queen. I mean, I'm doing it all. You are in my system. I'm all in it. You know, you gotta pause when you get to the car because then you gotta get in the car. You can't dance the way you want to. So my phone is like this. Hey, here's my phone. I look at my phone, it's 111. What? So now I'm really going off. What? You know, so that when I noticed that it's 111, oh, okay. So now I'm positive. So now immediately I start thinking of, that's right, I feel so good. This is what I'm calling to me. Immediately, my energy goes straight to my manifestation. Immediately. Immediately. So spirit says, listen, keep those high vibes up. When you see 111, it's right, you're on the cusp of your manifestation happening, okay? So yes, you turn it up, okay? Turn it up. When you see 111, just be like, what? Yes, okay? Especially you cleaning up too, girl. You gonna be like, that broom is gonna be, it's gonna become your mic. Okay? That's how you do that. The day before I purchased some incense, sage, and crystals with my daughter, everything added up to yes, ma'am. That's how you do it. I'm coming. I'm on my way. Okay. No problem, baby. Okay. So, Starseed Outpost says, you're so welcome, baby doll. I'm definitely going to be here for you. I'm glad that you said that. Thank you. And I received that. Thank you for letting me be there for you. Ladybug's also third eye queen is fortune, abundance. Okay. So I know you've been asking for that money, but remember that that abundance is going to come in many different ways. Okay. So receive it. Be grateful for it. When 111 has been something that I'm seeing, and 4 1s as well. The other day, needed to get a car, my headlight done. AutoZone guy couldn't do it, threw me for a loop. I'm like, okay. Then I see someone working on the car, and I asked, how much would you charge me to put a headlight in? He's like, oh, nothing. Like totally nothing? He's like, no, of course not. I'll do it for free. I'm like, okay, cool, thank you. So I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I said, well, I could give your kids some cookies or something. Can't even receive it. That's my bad. Mistake. When the universe blesses you, been seeing 3 1, so I already know to expect that blessing. That's a test. So as soon as I'm like, I can give your kids some cookies, I'm like, what? Nikki, no. When the universe blesses you like that, there's no need to automatically try to give back. You've already given. So now it's just time for you to receive, okay? So then I'm like, oh, goodness gracious, Lord, give me another chance, please, and I'll do it right. So I go to check him out. He's not there. I'm like, good, thank you so much. All right. So now I got a do-over because he's not there. He won't be the one to fix my car. He won't. I'm going to try to make sure he ain't, because now I need a do-over. I get right with the universe. So another neighbor's coming out. He was like, what's wrong with your car? And I'm like, the light or whatever, he's like, let me look at it. So he's looking at it. He's like, you know what? Go back up to Advance Auto and tell them that's what I did. But the guy, he was like, go up there now. I'm like, okay. So I call, and I call him. I go in the house, I call, and I'm like, I did come up there, but the one guy was like, he didn't know what to do. And he was like, oh, he doesn't know what to do. I know what to do. It's like, what year is your car? And I tell him, he's like, when you come back up here, ask for Jay. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go back up there, and he fixes it. Then he's like, well, you know what? Why don't we just do the other one? Because now they kind of look a little different, and if I were you, I'm like, yep, go ahead. Do what you think is right. He changes both of them for me. And I'm like, Jay, thank you so much. He was like, it's my pleasure. If you need anything at all, come back up here and ask for me. I'm like, yes, I will. Yes, I will. Okay, thank you. That's all I needed to say. So you're seeing 3 1s, that's all you need to say. When you are seeing the 4 1s, just know that you're about to dive deeply into the next phase of your existence. Do it without having to be perfect. Okay? How do you live in the same house as a toxic person that constantly trying to bring down your high vibrations? Who is it? I need help. It's getting out of control and I have no one to talk to about it. Who is it? Is it your spouse? Is it your sibling? Is it your parent? Because I'll tell you right now, I'll come back over with the video for that. Okay? I'll come back over. Who is it? Because I'm going to be very direct for you. I'm going to be very direct. And are you dependent upon them? Oh gosh, it's a step here. Okay, how old are you? How old are you, Dallas, Texas? Okay, okay. You about ready to leave? Are you financially able to leave? I left when I was 18, but it is a whole different world. So, are you financially able to leave? Not living with someone else either. If you got a room with somebody, that's not what I mean. If you can get your own place and be able to really sustain and support yourself. I know you are. Okay. Okay. You know, here's the thing, real quick. Same sex, you're gonna be boom, boom, boom. Um, are you a guy? You a woman? Same sex, and is a step parent the same sex as you? Because at that point, you really are gonna be either needing to submit, needing to humble yourself because that's their house, right? And then you're needing your own house. You know, you're 18, you're ready to have your own, you don't want to be told what to do. I totally get it. And then you still have to abide by someone else's rules. And if they're negative and toxic, that stuff will eat you up. You know, Spirit is telling you, listen, I want you to have it together. I want you to get your own. Because if it's not going to get any better, Spirit's telling you, okay, that's going to stifle you. And you know you're better than that. You know that you're way worth more than that. Spirit's got you going way above and beyond that. And you know, quite frankly, your step parent might very well have settled and be happy with their life. You know, it could be employee versus business mindset that you have, you know. And so and that's so tricky. What I want you to do though is email me and let's have a discussion. You know, let's have that conversation. If there's anything that I can do to help you, I'm definitely going to help. And if there is something that we can discuss, maybe have a conversation and something triggers inside of you that gives you ideas on what to do, then I'm definitely going to do that too. So hopefully that will work. But email me. Let me give you my Nicole. Email me, Dallas, Texas, and let me know it's you. We'll have a conversation. I'll give you my number. We could talk. Okay? How's that? 18, you about ready to fly. We want you to be safe and covered, and we want you to be able to sustain yourself, right? We want you to really have a strong self-efficacy, you know, understand that you have self-agency, know what your resources are, be confident, keep those beautiful high vibes. Awesome. I'm glad that you're willing to have a conversation with me. Um, I'm here for you. You know, my number one thing is I want you to always learn how to hear from God. Because quite frankly, spiritual superstars and this beautiful life we live, that's who we need to count on. That's our number one resource right there. When we decide to feed faith and listen and humble ourselves, in that very moment of submitting to our creator. We receive those aha moments, enlightenment, right? As one of our steps in spiritual awakening. We receive it and we get it. And then we're like, oh, that's what I need to do. Oh, what? Are you sure? Like, wow, okay. Of course you're sure. Okay. Really? It's not anything that we would think about. So we are automatically like, what? Like, I never thought of that. Okay. You know what I mean? That's God. That's how God talks to us. So I'm absolutely on it. I look forward to speaking with you. All right. Who is that? Nirka? All right. Putting in her ones. Okay. Or his. Feel like she. All right, dear loves. I got to go. Mwah. I love y'all. I'll see you very soon. Hey, make it to our talk tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow is 11:11. I want all of y'all there. Let me see. I don't have the link up anymore. The link will be down below. The link is also in our community tab. That's where our flyer is. Our link is be all over the place, okay? So just come on back and you'll be able to see it. But I want you there, especially if you are making any products, you are trying to sell any services, you're trying to go into business for yourself, you're trying to create income generating activities, you don't know what to do, you don't know what that even means, you're trying to be in a sustainable business, trying to create generational wealth, you're trying to network with people. You're just trying to make it. And you don't want to work for anybody else. If you like me and I was a total sucky employee because I was always like, this is somebody else's job. This ain't my job because I don't got a job. I don't want no job. I don't want no job. I was a horrible, horrible manager, the best manager ever until it came to firing people and disciplining people. And I was just like, I don't want to be, no, we're all adults. I don't want to be doing that kind of the management. I was horrible at that. But encouraging, inspiring, managing me, then I was good. So if you're kind of like that, then you probably need to be working for yourself. And just have God as your boss, okay? So if that's the case, if you're looking into that, if you're already there, if you're struggling, or if you just want to get to that next level, then I'm going to share with you my tips, my tricks, my mistakes, because it's never a boom, straight up to success. It's more like this, all over the place, knots, everything breaks, everything and you just learn how to do it. But I'm going to give you my secrets, and it's because I want you to succeed. I do believe in having multiple streams of nice flowing streams of income, and I do believe in a couple good things that I don't believe you can't have these things and succeed. I don't think you can succeed without having the things that I'm going to share with you tomorrow, because I tried hard way, very hard way. And so I know that I don't ever have to go down that road again. All right, dear loves, I love y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Mwah.